town of Oakwood, nestled deep within the heart of a dense forest, a chilling tale was whispered among its residents. They spoke of a house, shrouded in mystery and terror, known as Grayson Manor. Legend had it that the Grayson Manor was cursed, its walls tainted by the blood-soaked past of its previous occupants. No one dared to venture near it, for fear of awakening the dormant evil that lay within. One moonlit night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to test their bravery and explore the notorious Grayson Manor. Armed with flashlights and nerves of steel, they cautiously approached the dilapidated building. The front door creaked open, a haunting invitation into the darkness beyond. Reluctantly, they stepped inside, the air thick with unease. Shadows danced upon the cracked walls, whispering secrets long forgotten. As they ventured deeper into the house, a sense of foreboding enveloped them. The floorboards groaned under their weight, as if warning them to turn back. But curiosity held them captive, driving them onward. In the dim light, they stumbled upon a room adorned with decaying furniture and faded photographs. Dust coated the memories of a bygone era. Among the pictures, they discovered a portrait of a family, their eyes void of life, their smiles frozen in eternal torment. Unbeknownst to the group, an evil presence lurked within the house. It fed off their fear, relishing in their anguish. Shadows elongated and twisted, morphing into grotesque shapes that writhed along the walls. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream shattered the silence. One of the teenagers had vanished, swallowed by the house's insidious depths. Panic ensued, their hearts raced with terror. They scrambled to find an escape, but the walls seemed to shift, blocking their path. With each passing moment, the house grew more hostile, imprisoning the remaining teenagers within its horrible grasp. Whispers echoed through the corridors, taunting and tormenting their fragile minds. Their pleas for mercy fell upon deaf ears. The group dwindled further, consumed by the darkness that consumed their souls. The walls oozed with a thick black substance, seeping through cracks and crevices, suffocating any flicker of hope that remained. As the last remaining teenager fought to resist the clutches of the house, a chilling voice resonated through the air. It whispered ancient incantations, summoning forth the tortured spirits trapped within the Grayson Manor's confines. With a final bone-chilling scream, the house claimed its last victim, engulfing them in a sinister embrace. Grayson Manor, having tasted the essence of their terror, returned to its lumber, awaiting its next unsuspecting victims. To this day, the people of Oakwood speak in hushed tones about the cursed Grayson Manor. They warn of its insatiable hunger for fear, urging others to heed their cautionary tale. But in the darkest corners of their minds, they wonder if the house's true horrors were born from the depths of their own imagination, or if, just maybe, Grayson Manor's malevolence was all too real. Samantha lay motionless in her bed, paralyzed by fear. The room was shrouded in darkness, save for the faint glow of the moon filtering through the curtains. She strained her ears, listening intently to the chilling sound that echoed from beneath her bed, a slow, labored breathing that sent shivers down her spine. It had started a few nights ago, a barely audible whisper of breath that seemed to emanate from the darkest depths of her bedroom. Samantha convinced herself it was merely her imagination, a trick of her anxious mind. But each night, the sound grew louder, more distinct, and impossible to ignore. The nights became a terrifying routine. As soon as Samantha retired to bed, the chilling breathing would commence, drowning out any other sound in the room. Its heaviness weighed upon her, suffocating her sanity. Curiosity mingled with terror, compelling Samantha to investigate the source of the mysterious breathing. She mustered her courage and slowly lowered herself to the floor, her heart pounding in her chest. The cold wooden plank sent a shiver through her body as she knelt down and peered beneath the bed. Darkness greeted her, an abyss that seemed to swallow any trace of light. The breathing persisted, now amplified by her proximity. Samantha's palms grew damp, and she fought the urge to retreat. She hesitantly stretched her hand into the inky void, fingertips brushing against the unseen presence beneath her bed. A gust of icy air washed over her skin, raising goosebumps, and her heart skipped a beat. The breathing quickened, transforming into a frenzied panting. Samantha's pulse raced, panic threatening to consume her. She tried to withdraw her hand, but an invisible force gripped it tightly, refusing to release its hold. Desperation washed over Samantha as she pulled with all her might, her muscles straining against the unyielding grasp. Tears streamed down her face as she realized her efforts were in vain. The entity beneath her bed had claimed her, ensnaring her in its relentless grip. Days turned into nights, and Samantha withered away in her room of eternal torment. The relentless breathing persisted, haunting her every waking moment. Sleep eluded her, for fear of what awaited her in the realm of nightmares. Her once vibrant spirit faded, replaced by a hollow shell of despair. The breathing invaded her thoughts, her mind slowly unraveling as she became a prisoner of the unknown entity lurking beneath her bed. Friends and family grew concerned for Samantha, but their attempts to help were met with a vacant gaze and haunted whispers of the entity's presence. They pleaded with her to leave her room, to seek refuge elsewhere, but Samantha refused, convinced that her fate was sealed. And then, one fateful night, the breathing ceased. Silence enveloped the room, heavy with the absence of its dreadful presence. Samantha's heart filled with a flicker of hope, but it was short-lived. The following morning, Samantha's lifeless body was discovered in her room, a mere shell of the vibrant young woman she once was. Her eyes stared blankly into the abyss, the torment of the unknown etched upon her face. The mystery of the breathing entity beneath her bed remained unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most familiar places. The room, forever tainted by the tragedy, stood as a solemn testament to the horror Samantha endured. To this day, the house whispers of its tragic tale. Those who dare to enter Samantha's room can still feel a presence and icy breath upon their necks, a reminder of the entity that claimed the young woman's life. And the breathing lingers, an eternal symphony of fear, haunting all who dare to listen.